You've probably heard the expression, take time to smell the roses. I'm not going to comment on that advice today, but in the scriptures, we don't have an example of Jesus telling his disciples to smell flowers. Instead, he told them to look and consider. But he didn't just tell them to look at flowers. He also told them to look at the birds. In Matthew 6:26, Jesus said, "Look at the birds of the air. They neither sow nor reap nor gather into barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not of more value than they?" Birds are fascinating creatures to watch. Their colors, their movements are at times breathtaking. And yet Jesus says they don't have to clock into work every day like the farmer does. They don't plant, they don't harvest, they don't even stock up the barn. And yet God provides for all of their needs and has been since the fifth day of creation. Jesus told his disciples to look at the birds. This is not just a casual glance, but he told them to look intently and give serious thought. He wants them to learn something from this visual contemplation. And the rhetorical question Jesus then puts forward to them, aren't you more valuable than birds? To those who are concerned with clothes, he points them to the flowers and grass of the field and says to consider them, that is, to observe well, to take notice, to learn something from what's observed. Specifically, what he wants them to notice is that these plants do not work for their clothing, and yet the way God clothes them is grander than what Solomon purchased to clothe himself. The rhetorical question Jesus then puts forward to them is, if God freely gives such beautiful coverings to something that will quickly fade and is going to get trampled under feet, won't he take great care of his everlasting creations? I suppose if they had telescopes back then, Jesus could have said, consider the stars and the galaxies and learn that God has all of these things under control. Trust that he has control of every aspect of your life. The application's the same. Do not be anxious about your life, what you will eat or what you will drink, or about your body, what you will put on. Anxiety cannot add a single hour to your lifespan, and only those who have no hope of entering God's kingdom are worried about things in this life. Let's not be anxious. Look and consider God's care.